Welcome back, everybody. So, my next movie review for you is Deep Impact. So, Deep Impact is directed by Vinny Leder? Something like that, anyway. It got released on the 8th of May 1998. It was made on a budget of $75 million. It consists of a cast of Elijah Wood, Morgan Freeman, Robert Duvall, T. Leona. I don't know how to say her name in any way, shape, or form, plus many, many others. So, in this movie, we get to see a character called Leo Beteman, or Bateman, I think it is, sky watching at the start of this, and he sees something in the sky or in this space which looks kind of unusual and not 100% sure what it is. Basically, turns out to be this whacking great big comet or asteroid, and it's later found out that this comet or asteroid is basically heading for Earth. And this movie consists of the preparation and the trying to prevent this basically comet or asteroid hitting Earth. I generally really do like this movie. Okay, knowing that later on in this year, on the 7th of August 1998, Armageddon got released. Out of the two movies, Deep Impact is my favourite. Believe it or not, even though I know that Armageddon was directed by Michael Bay, it was kind of a spectacle. It had kind of a lot of good special effects. It had a hell of a cast to it. Deep Impact is actually more of my favourite than Armageddon. Armageddon will be a review for another day, and I'll tell you why I like Deep Impact more than Armageddon. Okay, and this is the reason why. The reason why I like Deep Impact is that Armageddon was more of a Hollywood kind of heroes saving the day kind of movie. So you kind of know that they are going to save the day at some point, but with a lot of hiccups. In Deep Impact, the reason why I like this is that things go wrong and have a catastrophic effect. And it adds to that tension, it adds to everything in this movie. For instance, the discovery of the asteroid, the people trying to get it to government, then a big gap in this movie where basically the American government is trying to prepare for this or trying to find ways to stop this asteroid, then announcing it to the US public. The public's reaction to this, knowing that most of these people will die, being told that they still had to carry on with their life, but within a year's time, there's going to be an asteroid basically hitting Earth, knowing that they're pretty much they got a year left. So knowing the anxiety just in itself for me would destroy me, and knowing that the U.S. government is trying to stop this and fails, and yet we still get that kind of end result of the actual asteroid hitting. And I do apologize if you haven't seen this movie, but I know these are big spoilers, but I just love the way that this movie was set out. This movie was set out for there to be an inkling bit of hope for the world humanity, but it doesn't turn out that way. And generally, I like it. It's not like Armageddon. Armageddon is like, oh my god, there's a big asteroid coming. Let's go and get all these big stars in this movie, and we'll go up there and stop it. And they all become heroes, such and such. And there's complications, but at the end of the day, they stop this asteroid. In this one, you don't. They can only numb this down, and this is generally what I like. And this takes away all the subplots that come along in this movie as well. Yes, there is certain bits about a father and daughter repairing their relationship before this asteroid hits. You got Elijah Wood's character, Leo Beatman, who is the person that discovered this asteroid, and there's a big scramble to get all his family into the caves and so on and so on and so on. You got all these subplots which are going on and all that kind of stuff, but to live what I generally like and what they tried to portray here, and they didn't do it into depth, but they could have done this into depth, is the effect that this kind of has on somebody or people in the world. Knowing that at a certain point in a year and a half time, whichever, there is going to be something that's going to hit this earth which is going to wipe you out. The anxiety alone for me would be enough to destroy me, and that's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Yeah, okay, you may not know it, but as you see in this movie, it hits the water. Yeah, it's one of them, and I just generally like this. The performances in this movie are not the best in the world. I generally like Elijah Wood as an actor. I really do. He's a bit younger in this one. I do generally like his character in there. He's a little bit annoying in places, but he's not in it a huge amount for it to disrupt me. And Morgan, it's like the same. Morgan Freeman itself is just an absolutely fantastic actor anyway, so it just makes it all good for me. All other performances in here are actually pretty good, but what I love about this is it was just the way that this was set out. This was a disaster movie which actually ended up in disaster. There was no, I know that other disaster movies happened, but there wasn't nothing as such that could properly save them. Yes, they send a team up there to try and stop it, and they do kind of help a little bit, but the end result is still the fact that it was going to hit, or a certain part of it was going to hit. And I generally liked what they do here. It was something different. It didn't have that Hollywood hero kind of spectacle feel to it like Armageddon did. And this is why this movie is so good for me. And I know this is more of an appreciation than a review, but I just want to say I would watch Deep Impact over Armageddon any day, even though I generally like Armageddon for its visual effects and all that kind of stuff and different things in there. It just, in certain points of that movie, it just seems a little bit corny for me. This one resembles more of what it actually potentially could be like in real life, knowing that if it actually happened, yes, okay, there would be things that would be slightly different. People's reactions would be different, and I'm sure there'd be a lot of uproar and unrest and all that kind of stuff, which will lead up into this. But, I just like this movie. Now, IMDb rated this as a 6.5, I think it was, out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, I think, gave it a certain percentage. For me, it's a strong. I enjoy this movie. I really, really do. So I am gonna give this a 10 out of 10 because it's strictly because I do generally enjoy this movie a hell of a lot. So on that note, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below as normal. Hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care and goodbye.